Back to the Uncommon People podcast YouTube channel. My name is Ashley, and today I'm going to share with you 5 learning apps for kids. So these aren't all specifically like education, but they do each offer something that your child can learn. And the age range I'm focusing on is about 18 months to 5 years, because that's about the age of my children and the age when they started and using apps like this and the age they currently are. Jack's 4.5. I will say from the outset, I don't really do a lot of screen time with my kids outside of school time. Because they get grouchy when they have too much screen time, and it's just not worth the time of them being occupied on the screen than me having to deal with them being a grouch afterwards. And then they also get plenty of screen time when they're away with my family or other people that take care of them. And I'd rather not have to limit my family and other people and just, limit it on our side when we're at home together. But these are all apps that I found value in letting my children play with and learn from. So let's jump right into it. The first one is the Fisher-Price Learn and Play app, and they have several different apps, but I'm just gonna talk about the basic Learn and Play one. And this one is free, and I think this one is good for ages about 18 months to 3 years old, just depending on your child and their knowledge base and what they're interested in. This one has shapes and stickers, like drag and drop little stickers on different scenes. It has letters, it has like a pretend play phone on it, animals and their sounds, songs, and then like a little painting or studio type thing.
Let's play with shapes. Yellow diamond. More shapes. Which one do you like? Heart. Make a story with the little people friends. Let's find the letter. U. Look, more letters. L.
So what I really like about this app is that it's great for kids that don't have much exposure to how to play on a phone. So like if I put Joy into one of the apps that I'll talk about here in a few minutes that are a little more advanced, she hasn't spent enough time playing with phone to know how to, go to the next level, or how to get back to the home screen to pick something else to do, or she just really hasn't spent much time playing on a phone. She obviously knows how to watch stuff, but as far as actually interacting with the apps, she's still learning how to do that. So this one is a really good starter app for teaching your kids how to use a phone or an iPad. I'm gonna use those two words interchangeably in this video to learn something new. The second one I'm going to talk about is the My Very Hungry Caterpillar app. Jack has loved this game for years, since he was about 2, and it is the world of Eric Carle's Very Hungry Caterpillar. And the goal of the game basically is to have your little caterpillar that you're controlling eat so much and play so much, and then they go back to their little home base, go to sleep, and level up to the next level. And you do that about 3 or 4 times, and then he goes into his cocoon, and of course it turns into a butterfly, and that's how you win the game. And so this one is really good for problem solving, because they have to complete a certain number of tasks and do certain things before they can go to the next level, or before the caterpillar will become a butterfly, of course. One of the other things I really like about this app is that it has soothing music in the background, and generally speaking, it's pretty like a low stimulus app. Doesn't get my kids real wound up. It's not the same as watching, Paw Patrol or something like that, that kind of gets them going and gets them revved up. This is pretty chill. The music is really calming and relaxing, and Jack seems to like the music too. And personally, as a parent, I do. Compared to some of the other apps out there, it's like some of the music on them are so annoying, I can hardly stand it. But this one is almost like being at a spa. So this game is $4.99. And like I said, he probably started playing it around 2. I think an 18-month-old could play with it a little bit, although I don't know if they would understand the problem-solving factor of it, so they may require a little bit of help. but it would probably appeal to at least up into 4-year-old. But a very fun game, especially if they have the connection with the world of Eric Carle's Very Hungry Caterpillar from reading the books and different, all of the other books that he has where his art and stuff like that is similar. The third one is the mouse timer. I have been using the mouse timer for a while because it was recommended to me by another mom friend. And this one basically helps give a visual representation to kids of how much time they have, whatever you would use a timer for, left to do something, how much time they have to clean their room, or just something fun to watch. It's fun to see the little mouse on the screen. And what the mouse basically does is eats through apples, and the goal is to get to the cheese. And you can set the timer for a bunch of different time varieties, and it gives you the option, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and 60. I think that's what the time increments are. This one is free. And so if your child likes timers, whether it's the numbers, because it does show the numbers on the screen. Jack really enjoys numbers, so he'll like to watch it count down. But then he also likes to see the little mousey going along, eating all of his little snacks. Obviously, this one helps with giving a visual representation of the passage of time, which I think just helps train kids on understanding time and how much they have left to do things, or whatever you may be using the timer for. But it also helps with number recognition and realizing how counting down, from a 60-second, hour-long interval works versus counting down from 100 and different things like that. Of course, that's going to apply to a little bit older kids more, but we have liked this app for a long time and we recommend it. The fourth one is the Itrace app. We just started using this one recently with Jack because he prefers getting to do something on the iPad for handwriting rather than writing on paper. He's still pretty young where his motor skills are challenging for him to do handwriting stuff, but he's made some huge improvements in the last few months or so. I think probably from his interest growing in coloring, but also from doing stuff like this Itrace app. The value of this app is that it keeps your child in a pretty specific guide on where they're allowed to place their pen, and they have to start over if they mess up. And of course, they can just do this with their finger, but we have one of those pens that has a stylus on the other end, and so he'll use that.
The letter X. Is for X-ray. The letter W.
So obviously this one helps with recognition of letters and numbers and helps with motor skills. There is a free version, and it also has a version that's $3.99. And I would say this app is probably appropriate for kids maybe 3 to 5 years old, but of course that just kind of depends on your child and where they are with handwriting and whether they enjoy tracing or not. So the fifth and final one, and these weren't really in a specific order, although I think this one is my favorite, is the Khan Academy Kids app. This app just teaches everything all around, just basics of all around education. So it is free, and it begins according to their settings. You get to choose your child's age or grade level, and it's supposed to start at age 2, but I will say that Joy can't use this app. She just doesn't really understand enough how to use the app to stay in it and play in it for a while. But Jack, on the other hand, absolutely loves Khan Academy, and what he likes most is the library that they have. So they have a bunch of different books in a little library, and it also has videos and stuff like that, although I don't think he's discovered the videos yet. But it has books that it reads them out loud and follows the text along in color.
Rhea had just gotten her very own skateboard. She was all aglow about having it, but she was worried too.
That's his favorite feature in the Khan Academy Kids app, and the library is pretty huge. And of course, it also has a bunch of different games and a bunch of different challenges and songs and just different activities to keep your kid entertained and engaged.
Olo has 2 dinosaurs. He puts his toys with Cody's toys, and together they have 5 toy dinosaurs. So, how many dinosaurs does Cody have? If we add 2 and 3, we get 5. So, Cody has 3 toy dinosaurs. Rawr.
What plus 1 equals 6? Tap and count the green dinosaurs to find out.
So I hope this video gave you some ideas of different apps and things you can use with your kids. I know we're still kind of in the winter season around here, and so we're spending a little bit more time indoors. And then before long, it'll be so hot that we'll be indoors a little bit more. And so these apps can be good resources for us when we kind of need a break as parents, but we don't want to just let our kids loose on YouTube Kids or something like that. But we know they'll be learning something valuable if they're interacting with these apps. So I hope you can be encouraged. Don't be afraid to use these whenever you need them, or just to supplement your children's education. You never know what method of learning is going to work best for them. And let's be honest, we all like a screen. So don't forget to like and comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.